aircraft a truly unique sound. In his performance today, Gord is going to perform for us at least 2 different styles of Lumpsiavox. It's an aerobatic maneuver invented many years ago, and that name is actually Czechoslovakian for headache or hangover. Yak-50 is the largest aircraft to fly in the World Aerobatic Championships and was designed as a graceful aerobat with plenty of power. You just heard him pour the coal to the fires as that engine came to life, pulls back on the stick, and straight up into the sky he goes. This is going to be called the Immelman turnaround, a classic World War I maneuver that was used to evade enemy aircraft. He'll continue to roll along that line, then use all 435 horsepower to continue to climb straight up into the sky. He rolls it a quarter to turn, so we're looking at the top side of the airplane, and now he lets it slip back down through its own smoke trail in the tail slide. The first one to put it down. He's got a beautiful wingtip smoke system on that Yak-50. Again, we're looking at the top side of the airplane. He'll continue to climb, and right about here, he'll kick in hard, right rudder a little opposite of aileron in the hammerhead. You want to be very, very careful with this maneuver. You don't want the aircraft to flop onto its back, or else you'll get into a flat inverted spin, and that will turn your Sunday afternoon into a real trouble. There's a couple of outside snap rolls, folks. This is called the Lumpsiavox, Czechoslovakian for headache or hangover, and after that tumbling maneuver, you can see why it's called that. He reverses direction, and now we're going to do a very graceful slow roll down the show line. Now there's an outside snap roll. The negative G-forces trying to pull Gord out of the cockpit as he reverses direction in that reverse split S. It's a great way to pick up airspeed to get ready for your next maneuver with this one, rolling it upside down and flying along the show line upside down for just a little bit. He calls that the 2-point roll. He stops it at the inverted position and then once again rolls it upright. Straight up this time. Before he runs out of airspeed, hauls back on that stick, rolls the airplane on the outside of the line, continuing to roll. We can follow his maneuvers because of that incredible smoke system that he's got there on the Yak-50. John never did nothing wrong in his life. Now he's in the corner with the policeman's wife. Frank's so drunk he can hardly see, trying to make love to Penelope. She took a bottle. There's another hammerhead, and he's going to turn it into a flat spin as he spirals down towards the ground. I think we want to look for a recovery right about now there, Gord. As he unwinds the airplane, lines up with the show line and picks up airspeed once again. Very sharp 180-degree turn here. Giving you another good look at that incredible paint job on the dam pub Yak-50 as he rolls around there. Now he pulls back, goes vertical. He does not want to stay straight and level for very long. Again, where he rolls the airplane so we can see the top side of the airplane. There's another hammerhead. Look for the 3/4 snap on the down line. Sometimes they have to pull some of these maneuvers out because of the density altitude that I told you about. The engine has to work harder, the wings have to work harder as the day heats up. So sometimes he wants to remove some of those maneuvers so he can get as much energy as he possibly can. And now he rolls the airplane on that horizontal line after a half loop there. Continuing to roll, man. I'd be losing my lunch right about now as he descends back down towards the ground. That's a great big barnstormer's loop with a couple of rolls thrown in at top. Just look at the way this airplane climbs, folks. That's 435 horsepower galloping away as he snap rolls on the down line here. He'll stop it right there and dive for airspeed. Here's another tumbling style maneuver as he climbs up there towards our left. Straight up into the sky he goes. Now, before he runs out of airspeed, rolls the airplane on the back. Now on the outside, and outside snap rolls the airplane as he tumbles back down towards the ground. Folks, what do you think of Gord Price so far? In 1982, after the World Aerobatic Championship in '82, Gord was asked to be the first Western pilot to fly their Yak-50. He never forgot that flight. Now fast forward to today, Gord has bought the prototype Yak-50. It was built back in 1972. Plane was originally owned by Barry Hancock from Salt Lake City. Decided to sell that airplane to Gord back in 2011. And of course, Gord jumped to that opportunity as things become quiet there on the engine, and he lets it go slip back down through the smoke trail and another tail slide there at Show Center. Now, folks, you want to get your cameras ready because Gord is getting ready for a number of passes here to give you an opportunity to take a photo of the Dam Pub Yak-50. There's approximately 66 Yak-50s still flying in the world today. I understand that there's only 2 flying here in Canada. This is one of them. It's based in Eastern Canada, and the other one is based in Western Canada in Abbotsford, British Columbia, owned by Jeff Ladder. All right, folks, here's his last pass, this time coming in from the left. Give him a wave as he flies by in the Yak-50, Gord Price. Yak-50 is probably the world's most illustrious, Yakovlev is probably the world's most illustrious designer of aerobatic training and aerobatic competition aircraft. Yak-50 was an outstanding success, and at the 1976 World Aerobatic Championships, it took first, second, and third in the men's championships, and first to fifth in the women's, as well as taking overall men's and women's team prizes. Gord Price is an exceptional pilot as well. As I mentioned, he flew the CF-104 Starfighter, a whole slew of different commercial aircraft. He also designed, built, and flew the Ultimate series of biplanes. The idea behind the Ultimate biplane was to give the classic looks of the biplane that the barnstormers used way back in the 1920s and 30s, but wanted to give it the performance of a monoplane, and thus it was born the Ultimate biplane. He also applied the Ultimate wing to the Pitts Special, and I believe it almost doubled, if not more than doubled, the roll rate of that aircraft. And this is probably the trickiest part of his performance, folks, the landing. As you notice, this is a tailwheel aircraft. Quite often taxiing this airplane is like, don't do this, but kind of like driving down the highway in your car at about 30 miles per hour backwards. You have to consistently be on the controls and navigate with the winds as you taxi by. You really don't stop controlling the airplane until it's shut down and put back in the hangar. If you're not careful, a wind may catch the tail and spin that airplane right around before you know it. I'm quite comfortable flying my tricycle-geared aircraft. Although they say a true pilot flies a tail dragger at some point. So they say. So they say. All right, folks, you can see Gord Price taxiing his Yak-50 closer and closer to the VIP chalet area right at Show Center. Let's see if he's going to do something here yet to end off his performance. I think he's gonna do a little smoke show here, folks. This is what we call mosquito control, folks. And I was at one of the local fast food joints the other day, and I just about got devoured by mosquitoes. So I'm thankful that Gord Price is helping us keep the population of mosquitoes down here, folks. Folks, there is one thing that I left out on purpose about Gord. Folks, this year he is celebrating his 80th birthday. Look at that, folks, pulling positive 7 Gs and pushing negative 5 Gs at 80 years young. Give him a wave and a big round of applause for just an exceptional performance.